Dun 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 dun. Go barfing.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was perfect. Thank you. Here we go. Let's turn that. Well, I don't want that.
We keep going?
Oh, boop. What's happening, buddy?
I can keep going.
No, that's good. I'm good. Thank you.
I'll do it for fucking 2 hours.
It sounds like we're about to bust into the shitty flute version.
I can go get a recorder.
Can you play the recorder, Boop?
I mean, yes, but is anybody who knows how to play the recorder like actually playing that abomination of an instrument?
I don't know. Are they?
I can play it.
Can you? Okay. Do you both have one at hand?
I don't have. I have to go in the attic and look.
Oh well, then never mind. Then let's save it for another day.
I can save it for a day if you're motivated to go through.
Yeah, because I think that would be a great way to start the show. Just some shitty recorder fucking music.
Yeah, no, like even when somebody can play the recorder really good, it still kind of like sucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because it's a shitty sound. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where you get the big wooden ones.
Well, I think they stopped being recorders at that point.
Well,
okay. It's still kind of a recorder. It's a flute, like a tenor recorder.
Okay, so what's the difference between a recorder and a flute?
Okay, the recorder is the cheap, like $10 instrument they give you to start out band class, so they can, gauge whether you're worth, giving a couple $100s worth of instrumental equipment to.
Right. Flute is typically, the sideways thingamabobs, where you blow over the hole.
Blow over your hole.
Yeah.
I see. So like a recorder has that little reed and you put it in your mouth, kind of like a saxophone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whereas a flute, you blow over the hole and you're playing it like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But no, recorder doesn't have a reed. You blow into the hole.
Yeah, there's no reed. It's just the hole. It's that funny shaped hole.
Okay, so the recorder and the flute, you're blowing over the hole, but at different pressures.
Different pressures and
different angles.
Different angles, and recorders typically don't have like the actual thingy.
They don't have a valve system.
Yeah.
They just have holes you cover.
It's
should never cover the holes.
Simple. It's as simple as a flute, or it's as simple as an instrument.
Huh. Sophie! Hey, peeps. Hey, Sophie. All right. So we're getting back to the planes after all this fucking flute and recorder talk. I'm going to do the chevrons on the planes. We've already done the highlighting, picked out the glass. I think I'm going to do the frames of the canopies in black like I've done my big planes. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about the undersides too heavily. I might just go in with a stronger black. Oh, I never picked out the guns yet, so we still got to do that too. But yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're just going to get these tabletop. That's the goal. But I do want the tops to look kind of nice, and I am going to put transfers on. Did this box come with transfers? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, what do I need? I need this. Oh. Grab my Celestra Gray and we'll pick those guns out with the Celestra Gray. Now I got that Star Wars music in my head.
Same here. I was just about to bust it out again, but then we're not getting anywhere.
No, we're not going to get any work done because we'll be sitting here fucking talking about Star Wars. I mean, I can sit here and talk Star Wars all the live long day, but Boop, did you watch the Kenobi trailer?
No, I have not.
You have not, really?
Saw it post.
I'm kind of surprised. I figured you'd be right in there.
Does he go hello there? That's the
probably. That will probably be the running joke. He'll probably say it at least once in the show. I'm calling it right now. If he does it more than once, then they're just simply pandering to the fan base. I mean, they're pandering anyway, but...
He should say it in different languages.
Oh, there you go.
Jump down and go, bonjour! Next episode, guten Tag.
Well, that would be a more inclusive Kenobi, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is he going to fight Inquisitors in this shit?
Oh, you're watching
We're
the
going to
trailer
see
right now?
real life Inquisitors?
Yeah.
I'm watching it.
That's cool.
Yeah. No, check out the trailer, dude. Go check it out. Don't have the volume up during the stream, because I'm sure I'll get flagged if the audio shows up in this video.
I mean, you'll already be flagged by our perfect rendition of Duel of the Fates.
True. I mean, John Williams is probably already getting the paperwork ready.
I never.
Yeah, he's probably...
Well, it's a lot of the Inquisitors from Rebels.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fuck, don't do that.
Well, I just saw the one, like, gray alien Inquisitor with, like, the funny hat.
Yeah.
The, like, triangle, like, dish hat.
Yeah, the big guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fucking huh?
I had heard that Inquisitor was supposed to be in the show, and it was pretty cool that we see him in the trailer. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed Rebels. And yeah.
I had to get used to the fact that it was... I mean, obviously, it is a good show.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
But once you get used to the animation style and the arts...
And some of the silly plot line.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not as much war crimes as Clone Wars, but, you know.
Yeah, they're a little scant on the war crimes.
Well, see, we call them war crimes, but they never elaborate in Star Wars universe if they've had a thing like the convention.
The Naboo convention or something.
Yeah.
In accordance with the Naboo convention.
Considering prior to the Clone Wars, I mean, they had like the hyperspace war and stuff, but it was 1,000 years of not really having any like major conflicts. So, you know, they might not have even deemed it necessary to have the convention on war crimes, because the last big war they fought was against the Sith, and Sith wouldn't care anyway, so...
Also, the Jedi have child soldiers.
True.
Yep.
Come with me, little Timmy. You're going to be...
label them as adventure.
Come with me, little Timmy. You're going to be a space wizard.
That's a fantasy trope right there. Is they aren't child soldiers if they are part of an adventure party.
Then they become hobbits.
It's pretty amazing how everybody's okay with that, right? Yeah, more and more, I'm convinced that the Jedi are the bad guys.
Hmm?
More and more, I'm convinced that the Jedi are the bad guys.
I'm pretty sure Chris has a red lightsaber somewhere.
I do. I whip it out every chance I get.
Yeah.
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 See, red lightsaber. Biased opinion.
True.
He is fake news.
Fucking Sith are fake news.
From his point of view, the Jedi are evil.
Yeah,
They are.
but only Sith deal in absolutes. Which itself is a statement with an absolute.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if he said Sith tend to deal in absolute, he's got a little bit of wiggle.
Then again, he's not one for politics. How many references can we make in one fucking episode of getting projects done?
All the references.
Yeah. Kind of feels like that's the mode of communications nowadays. People just speak in references.
Yeah, pretty much. Again, it is. It's Star Trek. It's Darmok.
Yeah.
That's what memes are.
Jedi were supposed to be this like pseudo police force diplomatic monk society or whatever. But then the Republic gets this giant clone army. They're like,
Okay, cool.
don't go to any planet and pick up like planetary defense force generals, guys who might have actual like combat in one way or another. No, let's get the monk police dudes who also are like diplomatic and like semi-pacifist to lead these armies.
Can your general go zoom zoom with his lightsaber? No, mine can.
Yeah, but can mine use his brain and go maybe a full frontal assault on a bunch, with 100 dudes on like 1,000 battle droids? Is a bad idea.
If his name is Skywalker.
Like literally the only reason the clone army like tactically survived anything was the fact that it seemed every major battle was led by somebody who was important to the plot.
Yeah,
because that's the way Palpatine played it, man.
Because
it was all Palpatine was pulling all the strings. So everything that went wrong and right was because of Palpatine.
Yeah, because the only thing that went wrong that wasn't supposed to go wrong was that one clone whose chip malfunctioned, and he offed his like Jedi General like a year too early. And then Count Dooku had to tell Palpatine about it. Because Count Dooku was privy to the plan. See, it's not really a spoiler. Episode 2, Count Dooku was the one.
It's kind of a spoiler.
Huh?
It's kind of a spoiler.
Look, episode 2's been out for like, what, 20 years? That's another thing. The Kaminoans, they didn't even bother looking at like Count Dookie's fucking ID to see who he's buying this like fucking giant ass army. Never once bothered to ask for any kind of identification. They just assumed that he was Sifo-D.
Well, he might have pulled some identity theft.
Yeah, oh, dang it, right.
And I think it's a problem with the banking clan because they didn't do a background check on him when he was making payments. They should have checked out his line of credit, right?
You know what? You're right, because that is one thing. Because in Bad Batch, the Empire starts forcing everybody to have like those ID shard things.
Yeah.
So maybe there was just everybody just assumed, for like thousands of years prior to the end of the Clone Wars, everybody just assumed that everybody was being truthful about their identity.
Right, exactly, right. Everybody was on the honor system.
Everybody assumed that the Nabooan prince emailing them saying they're their long lost cousin and is going to send them like a million credits.
Yeah.
Nabooan prince.
Nubian.
Nabooan.
It's a Nabooan.
That's good. I like that. That's a good take.
And everybody just accepted that email and couldn't wait.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Maybe that's why the Republic was failing, because, you know, they were economic. I mean, they weren't like, you know, everybody's like friggin' like super economy collapse, but, you know, things weren't going too well. They had to raise taxes and stuff. Maybe that's because all the senators just keep accepting these fucking emails from this one dude who is apparently a prince from Naboo, who's like their long lost cousin.
Yeah. You never know, right?
I like that idea.
Sophie, I learned to play the recorder or flute till 9th B for the tune in the Next Generation episode. The Inner Light, the tune Picard learned to play. Oh, really? That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I just know the recorders they gave everybody in school, and it's really $10 and shit. And no matter how good you could play an instrument, flute, whatever, always sounded like crap, no matter how good you were.
Kim, hey, was airbrushing, but I'm here now. Did you guys miss me? Yeah, with every bullet so far. Hiroki, morning, Chris and gang. Glad I could make the live stream for once. Got the Eldar Codex yesterday. Such a beautiful book. Yes, it is a beautiful book, and it's chock full of Eldar goodness, and I approve. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Shit, I forgot to switch this over. So now they should be able to hear your voices a lot better.
I was looking at movies to watch because it was a rainy day today, and I made the realization that there are a lot of like Hollywood movie stars currently that were, you know, quote unquote wrestlers in the WWE.
Uh-huh.
And then I just realized, well, it kind of makes sense because what they're doing kind of intersects. They're both performing.
Yeah, they're performances.
Yeah, so I was just sitting there, I was just like, oh wow, like I'm just sitting there like flipping through like freaking like Amazon Prime Video, and I'm just like, all of these like the Rock, you know, Steve Austin, John Cena, and I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I can see why a lot of them went into movies because there's a lot of like intersection.
Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of them had to
you know,
become actors. And I'm sure many of them consider themselves, you know, theater.
Well, it is, you know, they play their character, and then, you know, they clock out and they go home. With the exception of, like, old school, like, you know, Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan. Most of them just go home and they don't have to play their character.
Right.
The Iron Sheik, Hulk Hogan, Sergeant Slaughter, they all gotta play their character, because that's kind of, like, expected of that era. Is like, it's the reason why when you go on Twitter, and it's hilarious, Iron Sheik almost every day calls like Hulk Hogan a stupid idiot or something.
He might.
No, he does. Because they're still playing that character, because they're expected, like, not by the company, but by like their fan base, you know, their followers are expected to keep.
Right.
I was watching a documentary with interviews from this guy. It's like back in that day, like the, you know, late 70s, 80s, they were expected to, like, if they just happened to be at the same grocery store, they were expected to play their characters. So if it was two characters that hated each other, they had to, you know, like, argue and curse at each other in the store. They could never ride in a car to get, like, if they wanted to go out, you know, have a drink, they couldn't be in the same car.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Sitting there, and I was like, yeah, no, that kind of makes sense why a lot of them become, like, movie stars and shit, because there's a lot of, like, cross. They're all, you know, in a movie you're playing a character. For your WWE show, you're playing a character.
Give that a moment to dry. Kim, the chevrons turned out great. Thanks for helping me with the idea. Yeah, no problem, duder. Yeah, I'm sure you'll probably post a pic in the Discord of your progress. Please do, of course. Sophie, Time McFarlane did an Eldar model figure for its range. They've an orc and a gene stealer nid. Yeah, Eldar. Yeah. Now, okay. Here's the question now, because I know Sophie, you've been all about the action figures as of late. And if you were going to pick an Eldar, what would you want to see? Would you want to just see a regular Guardian? You know, Dire Avenger, Striking Scorpion. Striking Scorpion actually would be pretty cool. Howling Banshee, or all the Eldar. I mean, like, with so much in Warhammer 40,000 as far as, you know, iconic you know, looks of, like, you know, models and sculpts and stuff like that, like, there's a huge range that, you know, could easily become action figures. But what would you like to see most? Like, if we're talking Eldar being an action figure, which I'm sure it will be at some point, what do you think we'll see? Oh, and also, and here's the other one. Will it look more like the tabletop sculpts, or will it look more like from the Dawn of War video game? Like Howling, you know how like the Eldar armor looks in the Dawn of War video game, the last one, where everything has that kind of organic texture. What's that?
The 3, the one nobody thinks to talk about.
Yeah, but I mean, like that one had a great opening cinematic. The gameplay was kind of weak, but I mean, like the first game, like I don't understand why they felt like they needed to change the game up from the original. Like that one worked so well.
So 1 to 2, those two were fine. But what happened with 3 was they were trying to catch on to that like mobage fad, and it just failed because most of the fan base that was attracted to Dawn of War didn't want to mobage.
Oh, really?
So Dawn of War 3 was trying to appeal to a bigger base, but the problem is that it's kind of one of those things where they came too late.
Yeah, they're a little late to the party.
So it flopped on the people they wanted to draw. People that are already there wanted another Dawn of War 1 or 2. Just, you know, updated graphics, different units, stuff.
How very dare they try out a different business model.
See, I don't want to sound like that, but when you're a company, you really have to do kind of research. Is a new business model appropriate?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that you don't sound like that, but I know there are people who flipped their shit.
But Dawn of War or Relic did not, I guess, research their market well enough, made a decision, and it backfired because the people they tried to draw in were already playing their chosen game, and fan base that was left didn't want to move it.
Yeah, because I mean, like the first Dawn of War game, like that won awards, did it not?
I think the first and second one won.
Yeah, because I recall during the Olympics or esports or whatever the fuck it's called, they had Dawn of War as part of their, you know, trilogy of games. It was StarCraft, Dawn of War, and another game that was, and I remember that because like I thought that was really kind of interesting that, you know,
both 1 and 2 won awards.
I fucked that up.
Well, it's probably an unpopular opinion, but I prefer how Dawn of War 3 is, gameplay wise.
Yeah, you prefer it?
Yeah. That comes from a guy who doesn't like real-time strategy.
I loves me some real-time strategies. Louvres. Sophie, Banshees for me. Yeah, Banshees. I think Banshees would be cool.
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Banshees would be cool.
And
Scorpions would be cool.
Would be cool, but I think they're just good. Seeing how they've just kind of picked generic units.
So you think it'd be like a Guardian?
I think it's going to be a Guardian.
Yeah?
I think with an Eldar, couldn't you do like a multi-kit?
No, for the action figures? No, we're talking the McFarlane action figures.
Yeah.
A multi-kit?
McFarlane doesn't do multi-kits. They do, like, this is your figure.
Yeah.
Well, they fucking should.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
What if you could like buy, let's say, a heavy bolter for your Space Marine, or not a heavy bolter. What was it called? The new things, like, or the plasma things, the Hellblasters.
Yeah. Okay.
You could then make him into a Blasty Boy.
Sure. I mean, like, if they're doing
like,
big action figures like the Orcs, there's no reason why we couldn't get like a Gravis or Inceptor or Aggressor, right? If they're gonna do big action figures like that.
I'm sure they'll circle around.
Yeah.
Like that Mega Nod, but I think right now they're just like, we want the baseline stuff now.
Yeah, probably.
But the Primaris, they look so very different from each other. But say Eldar, I'm not sure if they look like the basic body look the same, and you can just switch out the head and the war gear.
Oh no, not for a lot of them.
No? Okay.
Yeah, Guardians are a little bit different than, say, Howling Banshees. Howling Banshees, obviously, there is, like, there's no back doodads. Guardians and Dire Avengers typically have the back doodad, whereas Banshees don't. Banshees are typically depicted as being female, whereas a lot of Guardians are depicted as being male, or Dire Avengers depicted as being male, even though in the lore they're basically a 50-50 split between, whether, the warrior is a male or a female, right? And yeah, it's really, because, like, I asked the question about the texture because the McFarlane action figures have a lot of texture on them, just from whatever their casting process and whatever their molding process, and of course however they sculpted them, which is what made me think of the Dawn of War, the way the Eldar look in Dawn of War, especially from the opening trailer, where they have that slight bone organic texture to them all, right?
Another thing is these McFarlane kits, or not kits, these McFarlane figures aren't really intended to be like modular.
No, they're actually
It just happens to be the joining part for the head is a ball. But the rest of it, like the arms and stuff, are not meant to, be pulled apart.
Right.
I could imagine it would be easy to make them like multi-part.
The way, if Bandai was to make like a model kit, yeah.
I would love to see Bandai. You know how, like, you get some of those cross section type model kits where you pull the armor panel off and you can see all the doodads. I would totally get one of like a Rhino, Predator, Land Raider. You know what I mean? And it had all the working doodads, because the illustrations were created a long time ago what the inside looks like when you pull that armor panel off for a tank. And I think it would be cool if they did a like Bandai, like somebody like a good model manufacturer did one of those kind of kits with the cutaway sections to it, where you can open it up and you can look at all the doodads inside the tank, and you know what I mean? And it'd just be a lot of fun. It'd be hard to do with somebody like Eldar, though.
If somebody was to make a modular figure, it'd be Bond. The way McFarlane makes their figures, they kind of literally just make a mold dump.
Yeah, well, they're
plastic in it, and then
because their figures are like heavy as balls. Like, I still have this guy here.
They're not hollow or anything. They literally like mold out the foot and just dump plastic.
Yeah, like these things are like heavy weight. Like you can kill somebody. Like you put this in a sock, you're gonna go to jail because you're gonna murder somebody with this figure. But I mean, the detail's good, but they do have a texture to them. Now, like I said, like I don't know if that's because their casting process or what, but I don't really care for that texture that's on them. I prefer Bandai where they're styrene and they're pretty much, you know, textureless.
I believe it's your casting process because I have other McFarlane stuff and they all have that texture on. Like even like the hockey player sport figures have that texture. Right?
Oh, really? I didn't know that. See, I don't really collect action figures per se. The only reason I started playing with these action figures is because, well, it's 40K. And 40K has been a big part of my hobby life that, you know, these are the things that I've always wanted since I was a wee lad, right?
Yeah, so if anybody was to make modular kit, probably be Bandai, but it seems that Bandai hasn't been contracted to do that yet.
No, but I mean, who knows, right? Who knows what Bandai's been up to? I mean, they're still working on Star Wars stuff, for God's sakes.
I think that Gravis Captain, I don't even know if anybody ordered that Gravis Captain.
Oh, the Bandai one?
Out soon.
Yeah.
What?
Got the one from the first box.
What's that?
I got the one from the first box with the core. No, what was the first one?
The Ultramarine from Bandai.
No, I'm talking about the first Primaris big box.
Oh, Dark Imperium.
Indomitus. No, Dark Imperium. Yeah.
Yeah, who the fuck was it? Was it was Death Guard together with the Space Marines.
Yeah, Dark Imperium. Yeah. Yeah,
you got that Gravis guy.
Yeah, I'm talking about the like $300 like Bandai one.
Yeah, the Gravis Marine from Bandai, which was like $500. Yeah, I was turned off from that figure because of the chain link that ran from his backpack to his gun. It just looked like little rectangles attached to a string. I did not care for that look at all. Considering that Bandai is a manufacturer of like World War II kits and stuff like that, like I'm sure they could easily have found, you know, links to make that look like, you know, out of 40K, because essentially that's what it looks like in 40K is just, you know, a regular belt for like any heavy munitions, right? I was a little disappointed in that Bandai release. I was a little disappointed in that one, and I could not justify spending $500 on that figure. Mind you, I mean, you're talking to the guy who is trying to justify $500 for a 172 scale Millennium Falcon, but I digress.
Do you really have to justify that?
Well, I'm married. And
my question still stands.
And I have to demonstrate that, you know, me when I claim that I can write it off on my taxes, I have to be able to show that. I'm held up to a higher standard in my household. I can't just go, honey, I want this, I'm getting this, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it, because then I'm sleeping on the couch at that point.
Well, that's a shame.
Yeah,
I do it.
Welcome to my life.
I just fucking do it. It was a girlfriend I have some time back ago. She just, why are you spending so much fucking money on plastic figurines? Well, fuck you. I bought some from you as well, and now we're painting. And then she like, yeah, okay, I see why you spend so much money on it. Like, yeah, fucking damn straight. We're having fun.
We're having fucking fun. It's going to take plastic surgery to remove the smiles from our face.
Yeah. Here, you paint this little spooky ghost.
Kind of fuck these chevrons up a little bit.
But mind you, I have had girlfriends who were not impressed.
With the hobby?
Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm having fun, so fuck you. I wouldn't say it, but, you know. This is my fun. You have your fun.
Not before sex, anyway.
No. No. God, no.
I mean, afterwards, sure. That's a really shitty attitude to have. But anyway.
Well, there are some cases that Warhammer might get you laid.
Yeah, I've never run into that situation ever in my entire life, and I've been doing this 30 years. Over 30 years. Not once have I run into a woman that said, you know what really turned me on is if you painted little plastic men, spent an inordinate amount of time and money and energy on painting and gaming with this stuff. That is so hot. Do me now, big guy. Do me now. You know what I mean? It just doesn't. It's not happening. It's not happening. And you got to be realistic about that.
I mean, you don't believe it when it happens, if it happens.
Yeah,
I for one did not.
Yeah, I mean, this is gonna sound extremely creepy, but I'm afraid I'm gonna need pics.
Oh. Just picturing how fucking mad she would be. Yeah, no, maybe not. I take my losses.
I take my losses.
We managed to remain somewhat friends. I wish it to stay that.
Well, all right then. Never mind. Sophie, that'd be worth the money if you can do it. The interior with the lights and stuff. If it's just the outside of the Falcon, then not worth it. Yeah, like if you doing like a model kit where it had the cutaway sections and you illuminated it and all that stuff. Oh yeah, that'd be so much fun. Yeah, but like a Falcon grav tank, like any Eldar vehicle, having like a cutaway, I don't know, because in my brain, the Eldar technology it's warp based, right? It's all psychic energy based. So at the little power plants, I imagine something more like, a gemstone that's designed to harness warp energy and act like a power plant, right? Because Eldar don't really, utilize machines like other races, right? Like orcs, pretty easy to imagine the cutaway section. Imperial stuff, pretty easy. Mechanicus, pretty easy. Necrons, don't know. I mean, you can get pretty goofy with that, right? You can imagine all this kind of crazy discombobulator type of, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's an art style from way back in the day. Not Art Deco, but it's another style where you imagine it's like early 1940s sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like with ray guns with like rings around them and shit like that, right? Yeah. Like that's how I imagine Necron tech looking inside, right? And being all kind of like stone and pieces fitting together. You know what I mean? Like just really kind of weird looking, like alien, completely alien. And Eldar, they always describe, Wraithbone being the superstructure inside. Well, Wraithbone is this, they describe it as a plastic that is psychically, moved around, and it's like putty essentially, and then it gets set and becomes as hard as steel, right? And so what does Eldar power plants look like? And I've always imagined it being either like some sort of containment field for warp energy, or it is more like a giant soul stone kind of thing that's harnessing warp energy, right? Because everything Eldar do is all warp based. Like all their technology. I mean, for fuck's sakes, when they go to war, they summon a demon to go to war with, right? So, yeah, the elves are pretty weird.
They got some phylactery bullshit going on.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like the Eldar is really interesting in 40K because, well, they're not good guys, and to view them as such is kind of a mistake in judgment, I would assume, because they're not good guys. They're a villain. they're a villain. And yeah, I always imagine like their technology, like on the surface, it looks kind of like it's human tech, but inside, it's crazy doodads, and it's bulbs with little lights and, you know, little stones that are kind of connected into each other, and it's like veins and, you know, like all this kind of stuff, right? That's what I imagine in Eldar tech, like when you peel back the armor panels. But realistically, like, why would they need armor panels if they need to access something, right? I don't know. Or am I just overthinking this shit?
Isn't that where could the Wraith Point move once it's been set?
Sure. It's plot, right? Like, Wraithbone is plot. So.
Yeah, so what if the Wraith Point just putters itself and moves aside?
Well, they describe, like, the ships, basically, like, they heal them. They don't have to repair them. They can heal them. So, it's kind of like a living thing. A cup of tea. It's really goofy. It's made up stuff, but you know, but it's kind of fun, right? To speculate on this kind of silliness, because you know what is like, you know, it's just kind of getting into the character of these things, which is, you know, why I'm always fascinated by Eldar, because yeah, they have this very familiar kind of aesthetic, and yet when you really investigate them, they are more alien than they are, you know, human. Or human-like. They just happen to have, you know, 2 legs, arms, eyes, hair, right?
I like the idea that they heal them and there's like a spirit within the stone and whatnot, because that kind of bridges the gap between conventional technology and like living, like the Tyranids chips, which are just living beings.
Right. Yeah. Because like
link between them.
Well, because like, see, like the thing is that like in the old lore, the Eldar are made. They've never evolved. They were just all of a sudden there was no Eldar, and then the old ones went, now there's Eldar, and here's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna fight for us. And because in the old Necron Codex, it talked about, now this is before obviously a lot of stuff gets changed when the later iterations of Necrons. But they describe when the Necrons, before they became all metal-like, when they were warring with the old ones, warp space and real space were the same, and it was the Necrons who separated the warp from real space, and the old ones relied heavily on that warp energy in the universe, and so to help them win their war against the Necrons, they create the Krork, Jakaro, and the Eldar, or Eldari now. And it's those 3 races. So they basically just make them. And Krork, the way they describe them and the way the name sounds, it sounds like it's a precursor to orcs. So a lot of people speculate that the old ones made the orcs as well. And then the Jakaro basically just described as orangutans, essentially, that can make anything out of garbage. They're basically like that little guy out of the second Bill and Ted movie. Remember that one?
I've only seen the first one, and I was a child.
Oh. Well, anyway, in the second movie, there's a guy. He's an alien. They enlist his help, and he can turn anything into anything, basically. He's MacGyver. He's an alien MacGyver. And that's what these little orangutans are, little alien MacGyvers. So anyway, the Eldar were intended to tap into the warp energy. And that's why orcs can tap into warp energy so easily. Because they're warp-based. Because the old ones were warp-based. Necrons were technology-based. And in the old lore, it describes Necrons being really, really intelligent even before they became all metalled. And they had engines that could travel faster than light. So they have power. They have access to power plants far superior than to any alien race ever since the Necrons, because they can move faster than light. At least in the lore, in the old lore. I'm not sure about the current lore of Necrons, but I was kind of disappointed in the current lore because they made them too human-like. They were scarier when they were just this silent force, just and of course when they first came out, they were basically led by the Satan, and the Satan were the ones who basically tricked the Necrons into giving up their flesh to become metal because they were short-lived in comparison to the old ones, because the Necrons were jealous of the old ones. Because the old ones were powerful and all that, and then of course the Necrons were like, no, we want that for ourselves, and so then a war starts, basically. It's pretty weak reasons, but I mean, wars get started over less.
Yep.
So really, is the Necrons' whininess out of place? I don't know. Should they have just fucking manned up and took it like a fucking champ? Don't know. But anyway, yeah. But that's the way I've always imagined Eldar technology is, it's warp based, and it's not like there's a power plant where there's a fuel source. It's more like a device that can tap into that warp energy in the warp, right?
So warp is like a parallel universe. It's power everywhere.
Right.
But it also puts a big beacon for warp entities.
Right.
Yeah. I bet that's half the fun.
Well, it is, right?
For the Eldar, not really.
They've done something in the new codex. Basically, Farseers do not suffer perils of the warp anymore.
Whoa.
Yeah. They're immune to that shit. Only the lesser psychic races are affected by perils of the warp now. Just to show the Eldar supremacy of warp. Just trying to clean up some of these chevrons here just a bit. Even them out. That one's really fucked up. How fucked up is fucked up? It's fucked up.
I did not expect that.
You ever see those videos?
I know the meme, but I haven't.
Yeah.
Don't think I've seen any.
Oh. How fucked up is fucked up? It's fucked up. Does that look a little bit more even now? Yeah, a little bit. Good enough. Good enough.
That'll do, Peg.
That'll do. That'll do. All right. How's this one? Is this one okay?
Shit.
Yeah, good enough. Good enough.
Yeah.
That's
my beast and Urgle today.
That's what I might have to call the show. Good enough. Painted good enough. We going for tabletop? Nope. Going for display? Nope. What are we painting? Good enough.
That's slightly above get her done.
Get her done. Good enough.
The new Golden Demon rating system.
Yeah. Good enough.
I reckon this guy's good enough.
Yeah. Of course, everybody's got to sound like that and have, like, suspenders and stuff.
Yeah.
Just go for the entire fucking stereotype. Kim, the only problem the Necron did not overcome on their own was death. They still died, so they made a deal with the Satan, and they got made immortal and lost the souls in the process and became the Necron. I read all the Necron books the last few years. Yeah. I don't know how many Necron books there are. I read the first Uriel Ventress one. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one. Nightbringer. I think that was what it's called. Nightbringer. That was good. That's basically an Ultramarines captain who basically woke up the Nightbringer. Spoiler alert. Ugh. All right. 1 chevron, 2 chevron, 3 chevron. Yeah, fuck it. We're doing 3 chevrons. Fuck it. Or should I do... Now we'll do 3 fucking chevrons. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Oh, can he do it? Can he do it? Oh, he fucked it up. So he can't do it.
Lie to me.
I'm not crazy about 3 chevrons. I am not. Sam, I am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
No, I couldn't imagine people like green eggs.
That's too much water. You want a bit of advice for doing straight lines on a surface? It's like Band-Aid. You just gotta fucking just whip right across it. Don't linger, don't try and be real steady or anything like that. Just whoosh, just one shot and you'll do it. Because I was trying to take my time there and I've completely messed these lines up. I don't even know if you guys can see this, but like that side there, that's terrible. That side's kind of weak. It's really weak. That's terrible. Sophie, oh, the paint like me show, it's me, it'll do. Oh, the paint show, it'll do. It'll do. I'm gonna grab some more of this red. And
That's the highest award you can get in our new rating system.
It'll do.
Yeah. Or that'll do, pig.
Whoa, it's kind of aggressive.
Yeah, nah, that'll do, pig. Have you seen Babe? I'm talking pig.
Yeah. Long time ago.
That'll do, pig.
Who joined us there? Oh, I can see it's Matt. What's happening, Matt?
See, when he was talking about the talking pig, all I can think of it is the Ukraine meme, where it's the singing pig.
The singing pig.
Oop knows what I'm talking about. It's like this 3D model of a pig, but in the colors of the Ukraine flag that's hopping around and singing like Ukrainian folk music.
I have not seen this.
No.
My favorite one is it's the pig, and the pig is holding a Stinger anti-air missile, an NLAW, and a javelin, and it's jumping up and down and singing outside of the window of this crying Russian tanker at like 3 a.m. I'll have to post it later so all of you can see it. I find it funny.
So what do I get to do if I don't find it funny, Matt?
You get to write the meme author a strongly worded letter telling him it was not funny. You didn't laugh.
What do you get, Chris?
What do I get?
You get to fight Matt at a title match at WrestleMania.
There we go. That's it.
That's the way, cause Stone Cold said so.
Ooh, Matt, you're gonna go down.
My signature weapon on you, Chris. A folding chair.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the cheese from under your foreskin.
Jesus fuck. That came strong.
As we've established, I'm Jewish. We don't have one.
Cheese or the foreskin?
You're at the disadvantage then.
Yes. We're at a distinct disadvantage. We lost the foreskin early on in life.
How'd you lose it? Do you know where it was? Did it fall off?
Some fucking rabbi snipped it off. Didn't he? Isn't it rabbis that do that?
Yeah, it's right. Well, it's a moil. It's a moil.
Yes. The rabbi would remove it with the bris knife during the bris. Yes.
It's a knife. I don't want a knife anywhere near my willy.
I know.
Or if you lived in like North
I mean,
Carolina,
now, okay.
not,
Now here's a legit question.
Doctor did it to me, but still, yes.
But here's a legit question, okay? If there was a moil out there who, performed circumcisions and stuff, and he was also a modeler wargamer, would he use these little nippers?
Well, he wouldn't use the Games Workshop ones because they always fucking break.
Well, because it begs the question. Like, do you just pull it out and just kind of, nip it off, or is it more like opening a can of beans where you kind of work your way around, as you're doing it, kind of thing?
I mean,
I'm just curious.
You're making a joke, but they wouldn't use the same nippers that you used to play with.
Okay, well, what if it was a moil on a budget?
But that's like going to the dentist office and go, I wonder if this toothbrush the dentist office would use it.
I mean...
No, what do you mean, Matt?
If they were on a budget, I'd imagine they'd also be like the sword master at the community center. They just with two swings.
Oh, kind of like a
kitchen knife from IKEA.
Or like a guillotine. Like a guillotine.
There we go. They use a rusty razor blade.
No, they take the cigar nippers, Chris.
Oh, yeah? I got one of those, yeah.
A ring cutter or the scissors? There's different.
The ring cutter, the guillotine cutter.
Gotcha.
Well, Matt, always a pleasure when you stop by.
It's like when I tuned into Way of the Brush and we talked about the Adepticon game, the big pirate game, and we completely derailed the show.
Yeah. Well, because, I mean, like, whenever you're talking a fistful of semen, man, I'm in. And, like,
except that time,
fistful of semen, poop decks, I'm in.
Except that time you were out, you went to dinner with someone, and you missed the whole thing.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, the conventions end up being fucking business trips anyway, so.
No, I feel that this time, my entire convention is just pretty much the running tournaments this go around.
What are you running?
We're running Epic Armageddon, War Master, and another guy is running the annual Battlefleet Gothic U.S. Nationals. So I'm doing 2/3 of the specialist game stuff. Next year we want to do Man of War again, because Man of War is a fucking fun game.
It was a fun game.
I'm trying to think. Am I missing any of the big major specialist games? Because there was Gothic, Epic, Man of War, War Master. Was Inquisitor considered a specialist game?
Yep. Yeah, Inquisitor was.
Because I know there's some guys who always do Inquisitor, and then there's another group of guys who do Inquisimunda.
Are you transforming right now? Are you transforming right now? You sound like a transformer.
Roll up.
Inquisimunda.
Oh, he's on dial-up.
He's on that. He's rocking that 50K, 56K fucking modem right now.
He's on that. He's on AOL, and somebody called his house.
Actually, it's sad. I think I'm one of like the few people of my generation who actually owns a fucking fax machine.
You know what, Matt? You're right. That is sad.
I actually own a dedicated fax machine.
Oh, geez, who else is joining us now? Oh, Cosmic, what's happening?
It's crowded in here today. Cool.
All right, not to be a complete loser, but it's 1, 2, and 3. Really exciting, I know, but anyway.
Yeah. Private Corporal Sergeants.
Cosmic, num num num. Sophie, ew, what are you lot on about?
I mean, I don't think any of us are on a boat, so...
A boot?
On
a
a
boot?
boot?
On a boot?
A boot?
Yeah, what's this
That
on
like,
boot?
like Das Boot? Like the movie?
What are you on about, buddy?
I don't know how to respond to that.
God, this reminds me of when I had to teach all those fucking people how to say Saskatchewan.
What's so hard about saying Saskatchewan?
Apparently people in Chicago are like, they're like, it's Saskatchewan. And I'm like, no, it's Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
Is
but
there actually
Say it
an
with
N at
me.
the end?
Yeah.
but the thing is though is
I don't
that
actually know.
that's an indictment of the American education system.
I'm like, it's Saskatchewan. And you gotta go to the Marathon gas station to get your night crawlers and red wigglers so you can go fishing up in Saskatchewan.
But it's not as bad as meeting people when I lived in North Dakota and they're like, oh, 2 things happened. Either it was, wait, there's a North Dakota? Or B was, oh yeah, like where Mount Rushmore is. No. It's your own country and you don't know one of the states. Congratulations.
See, the only reason I remember Mount Rushmore is in South Dakota is because of the fucking Family Guy joke of where he goes, come to North Dakota. It's 100% less interesting than South Dakota. We don't have Mount Rushmore. We just have one long highway.
But are you from America?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But are you?
I'm...
Got his emotional support AR-15 and everything.
I got 2 of those.
Yeah, there you go.
No, it's an emotional support Hellion. But that's different.
You know what I got for emotional support?
Nothing?
Your
Wife and children who love you?
Your mom.
No, she's out working the corner right now.
If I said that about my mom, I would be disowned as a grown man.
My mother has said far worse in the presence of far more powerful people.
Powerful? Like Magneto?
They believed that they were that powerful, yes.
Like Professor X? Because that's some shit right there.
Fucking powerful like Magneto?
So,
No, not quite Magneto. More like the Thing.
so true story.
No, lie to us.
When my brother was having his second kid, or no, it was his first kid. Sorry, I confused them. It was.
It's good to know their uncle
telling
pays
everybody
attention.
that it was a girl, and my brother was a little disappointed. He's like, "Yeah, I kind of wish it was a boy." And my mother, just without missing a beat, looks at him. It's like, "Well, it's your fault. You didn't get it up there far enough." I thought it was brilliant.
No, it's good.
That was at Easter dinner.
Is that
Oh,
a
the
healthy
first time that-
relationship?
Sorry, say again.
No, it's none of my business. So shut the fuck up.
I'm not even
See,
paying
this
attention to
sounds-
what's being talked about.
This sounds far more interesting than what happens at my Easter dinner. It usually just ends up with one of my uncles saying something incredibly racist, and then the guests leaving.
I mean, I live in the South, so we can get away with that if we wanted.
Can you though?
Oh, it's North Carolina, yeah. It's sad, but true.
Let me put it this way.
No, put it another way.
Most of Illinois, they're like, we're not racists. I'm like, outside you're not. Inside, sometimes.
I drove through Indiana one time. Well, actually, a couple times. And I fucking saw
sorry.
burning crosses on the highway.
Wait, like, really?
Yes.
Holy
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, so you can imagine how many pit stops I made in Indiana.
I made the mistake of one time stopping for gas in Gary, Indiana.
My mom's
Yeah,
from Gary,
not-
Indiana.
Yeah, but
It depends on where you stop in Gary, Indiana. Because if you stop by like the steel mill, that's not bad. If it's
No,
by the
it's
steel
that-
mill,
it's the exit off of the interstate right into Illinois. That place is creepy as hell.
actually, no, I know what you're talking about. It's right before you get on the Skyway, right?
Yep.
They actually cleaned that up now. There's a giant casino, and there's a bunch of gas stations and fast food. They cleaned it up a lot. It's
Not unless that's happened
It's a-
in the last 6 months. At least
Or
not the
maybe
same
I've
one
just-
I was at.
or maybe I've just come to accept the filth. One of the two.
Embrace
It's
the filth.
It's
Not the
Illinois.
filth,
It's just
it's wondering what's
I'm like,
behind
it's-
me.
okay. True story about Gary, Indiana. I was driving through there at about 3 o'clock in the morning because I was coming back from Michigan. I pull up at a red light because the expressway there was an accident. So I'm driving through the city. I pull up at a red light. A man pulls up next to me in like a small car. He looks at me, and then he begins rubbing his nipples, like at me.
Yeah, because you're a little fucking doughboy and he wants to fuck you in the ass.
So I did what anyone would do in that situation. I'm like, there's no one around. We're just gonna blow the red light and keep going.
What for? You had a date. You had an easy date.
See, at that point, that's where I do the
Yeah,
most
money.
American thing possible. You just pull
So
out
who-
the gun and go, keep walking.
But he wasn't walking. He was driving.
There are specific parts of Gary where if you're like a young woman, you do not stop for lights. You just roll through them if there's no one around. And if the cops pull you over, you're like, oh, okay, keep going. Because a bunch of the teachers who taught at my high school lived in Indiana and would go through Gary. And I'm like, Why the fuck are you doing that to yourself? I get Gary, Indiana produced Michael Jackson, but just get the fuck out. You're not a steel mill worker. Why are you
I'm
in
not
Gary?
sure that's a thing to be proud of.
Listen, Gary, Indiana is known for two things: Michael Jackson and steel mills.
I was gonna say the song Gary, Indiana.
I mean,
You know
it
there's
could
a
be
song
worse.
about it, right?
I mean, it could always be worse. You could be Cleveland. Every river catch on fire.
I mean, I think every state has its problem child. Some more than others.
Yeah. Now,
So how many
see,
of
there's
those
one
you
thing.
got painted? Sorry, you were saying?
There's one thing I can't figure out though. Gary, Indiana is a shithole, but how are the roads still better than Chicago?
Don't you have anything nice to say about your country?
Nope, but we do.
Most Americans
Uh,
don't.
Louisiana is a beautiful state. Alligators are delicious.
Oh, yes, they are.
I enjoy the freedoms that I have, and one of my favorite freedoms is that I can complain about my country.
Everybody.
I mean, it could be worse. I'm not saying that we're in like a third world country. No.
Well,
See, these are all like first world problems.
Well, yeah, you might want to research it up that a little bit more.
No, in America, it's perfectly okay to complain about America as long as you live in America. If people outside of America complain about America, then you get really offended.
Actually, Chris, I kind of subscribe to John's theory of America is just like pockets of first world countries just surrounded by third world hellhole. And there's nothing in between. It's either amazing or crap.
Me sitting here hearing Matt saying third world hellhole, knowing full well he hasn't been to a third world hellhole.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Baltimore a couple times, which I'm like,
Yeah,
I guess
but
Baltimore isn't too bad. They have indoor plumbing, and the water won't necessarily poison me.
Okay, first of all, Baltimore is a tough town, but every town is tough. The only reason these towns have bad reputations is because the population has a slightly darker skin tone than the rest. That's the only reason why Chicago gets labeled a really tough town. That's why Baltimore gets labeled a tough town. Those are the only reasons for that.
See, the great part is I don't live in the city limits.
Why am I getting mail from New Jersey?
I don't know.
I feel like I shouldn't open it when it arrives.
you think it's full of anthrax?
I think it's not anything I want.
Nobody should have to go to New Jersey.
Here we go with that.
So, Chris, how are those Eldar coming?
They're coming along.
How many of those little ones do you got to do?
6. 3
Is that
bombs.
like a full game of Aeronautica, or?
Yeah, it's from the Wrath of Angels box set.
Okay. So, like, that's a full-size game.
Define full-size game. I mean, 40k can be played at the 500 point level to 10,000 point level.
Okay, like, standard game size. How many would you play?
Don't know. Haven't really played much.
Okay.
From what I've observed watching other people play it at the store, they usually play with like 3 to 6 planes per side, depending.
Okay. So it's not bad to get painted up.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's a relatively low cost to entry. I mean, all the specialist games are kind of, you know, in this ballpark of low cost of entry, right? Maybe Necromunda being the one that is like probably the more expensive one to get into, but like Aeronautica, Titanicus can be a little bit pricey as well.
Yeah, especially if you start buying Warhounds or Warlords.
Yeah.
See, I am very much excited for the new Aeronautica because I want the new Thunderhawk.
Well, then it's out. Get it.
Don't they already have it?
Yeah, it's just saying it's out. Get it.
I just don't own it yet.
Well, get it.
I'm excited.
Quit talking about it and just get it.
Well, unfortunately, there are things in front of the Thunderhawk, like tires and gas.
Well, get your tires, get your gas. Then when you got your pennies saved up, you get yourself a Thunderhawk. It's a fun kit. It's big, too. You know what? Here, I'll show you how big it is in comparison to these things.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris is going to whip it out on stream, guys.
Yeah.
Is it bigger than the old Forge World Thunderhawk?
No, don't be stupid. Is it bigger than the old?
You know the thing is like, I don't know, the size of a Matchbox car. Right?
Okay, so these things here, okay, these little planes are about the size of. Well, let's grab a Space Marine. Just
about
everybody.
32 mil base.
Everybody knows the size of a Space Marine. So there we go. That's about the size of the plane in comparison to a Space Marine, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
Thunderhawk. Compared to a Space Marine.
Oh, that is actually pretty beefy.
It's very big. Yeah, so like if you look at it.
And how many Thunderhawks are equal in points or whatever to one of those planes?
The points values
Or
of
what's
these
the
things? I don't even know. I don't have my book handy.
Okay.
I know.
I wasn't sure if you knew.
I know. I really like the old Forge World Thunderhawk for Epic, as opposed to the little GW ones, which were like an inch in size. They were tiny. Because I mean, a Thunderhawk is like a beefy vehicle.
Yeah.
When you read the books, how it just bullies AA guns. Love that thing.
I'm waiting for my Necromunda to arrive. Hopefully it should be here Friday.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got the appropriate kits to make my slave ogring gang, which
Cool.
are actually all going to be orcs. So I got actual slave ogrins. They don't make the actual box anymore, so I had to buy the Jotun ones. So I had to buy 2 boxes of those, some orcs in mega armor, and ambots, because you have to have ambots if you play Necromunda.
I
But
never
they're all going to be
finished
painted
Match.
up like orcs. I'm sorry, say again?
I never finished up my Ashers.
Get on
Yeah,
that, man.
that's why my gang only has 5 guys in it.
Barfing, you gotta get on that, man.
I'm an Earl Army.
Or don't. Don't, man. I'm not your fucking dad.
Or are you?
I might be.
No,
I could be.
he's not old enough to be my dad.
I went back in time and had sex with your mom.
Whatever it is.
You've now his own grandfather and uncle at the same time.
But I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna lie, Barfing Sheep. If I am your dad, I kind of doubt it because I had anal sex with your mom.
Oh, that's why I'm an asshole.
And I kind of doubt it because that was actually me, not his mom.
Anal sex with you? Oh, shit. I fucked that up. Oops.
Are you my parents?
Dude, I couldn't shit right for a week.
What about left?
Left it flowed perfectly fine.
Oh, okay. Well, then there we go.
I love watching the delayed reactions on Chris's cam.
Oh, that's just Chris's cam. It's always delayed. Because Chris is delayed. Alrighty. I am mostly happy with where we're at with these things. Picked out the guns. Do we really need to shade them?
Will you notice it?
Not really.
My experience says if you're not going to notice it, no one else will.
True. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna stick with that. Yeah, let's grab some ard coat. Where's some ard coat? Technical ard coat. We're gonna just gloss up the areas where the transfers are gonna go, and then we're gonna put the transfers on.
I gotta go check the display boards in a little bit, see if the joint compound's set finally.
Sophie, my mom has never been to Canada, so unless Chris came to the UK around 19 years ago, he's not my daddy. But no. But hey, okay, hold on. If we're gonna play the game, Sophie, I could be your dad, because if I went back in time and had intercourse with Barfing Sheep's mom and not his dad. No, wait, I'm getting confused now. Wait, hold on.
This feels like that
Slow down.
little bit of Game of Thrones where they tried to figure out who was whose uncle.
Okay, wait.
And
Slow
stepfather
down.
at the same time.
Slow down, egghead.
No. It's why my family tree goes in a figure 8.
Oh, you're from those states.
No, I'm not that far south.
Okay.
Oh, shit, fuck.
Okay.
So those boards I posted earlier, Chris,
Yeah.
that I know you saw,
Yeah.
I had to send my wife out to get more joint compound because I ran out. Had a big 32-ounce tub of it. Yeah, didn't last.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Is that like a display board you're making, or?
Yeah, it's we're doing paired display boards for me and my wife, so they line up together.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a nice
Part
idea.
of me wants to just make it into a complete table. The other part of me doesn't want to do 2 more of these.
Right. I get that.
I mean, if they're modular, you could do some now, do some later.
The problem with modular is designing the things to line up. It was a pain enough getting the river that we're going to put into it to line up. The worst pain is pouring that river and not letting it seep all over the sides. I have to figure that part out yet.
Yeah, I used to have that problem with fluid seeping out the sides.
What did you do about it?
I just kind of outgrew it as I got older.
Yeah, I'm thinking that wrapping it with hot glue might help in this situation.
Hot glue, yeah, that'll definitely help.
Yeah, gotta be careful not to make it too hot. Otherwise, you have to explain it at the ER.
I don't think you have to explain it. I mean, in fact,
I think they know what happened, right?
well, I
18
mean,
words.
yeah, I mean, if they know
I
you,
mean, somebody's gonna have a story.
if they know you, then it's really not a big deal. They say, oh, yeah, he's in here again.
Up your ass? No.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna be there less time than my friend whose wife actually fell down a flight of stairs.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she actually fell down some stairs.
So the one game store back in Fargo has this like 5 cement stairs. She tripped going down them one day. He said it took about 4 hours just to get past the police interview.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I'm like,
Because they're asking,
Yeah.
did you push your wife down the stairs? No. Oh, okay, so how did she fall? Well, did you push her down the stairs? No.
no, I'm imagining it's more like this. So what happened to you? I fell down some stairs. Okay, I'll be right back. Security, you want to wait in here?
Coat hangers are so much more cheaper.
I mean, let's be fair. If I was going to push somebody down the stairs, they wouldn't be able to tell you that I did it.
I'll be back in a second. I gotta get some vinegar and coffee. Not in the same cup.
I was going to say, that's a hell of a coffee.
Oh, it's the Boop and Barfing show again. We have guests this time.
Got 2 weeks to finish these.
Finish pushing someone down the stairs?
No, the board.
Oh yeah, those.
It's far pricier than you would think.
Oh yeah, I've seen how pricey it is. For the longest time, I want to make like a garden of Nurgle.
Yeah, we're doing a, like, kind of a Mars theme to go with my basing, and then there's going to be a river of purple liquid with a pipe that's pouring another color liquid into it.
Like a crack pipe?
Yes, I'm going to put a crack pipe in my diorama.
Could you
Sweet.
please do that? Like for real?
I don't
Actually,
know where
I
I
think
could get
you
one.
Dude,
And to be fair, I don't know
When
what
you
one
come-
looks like.
when you come to Chicago, I'll show you the places where you can get a crack pipe if you need one.
You know,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
fairly familiar enough with Chicago that I know the places I'm not supposed to go, and I'm pretty sure those are going to line up with where you want me to go.
Come on, it'll be a fun night. It'll be an adventure.
Okay, first of all, if your story begins, I went to the hobby store to get some paints, it's probably going to be a boring story. But if your story begins, I went with Matt and we went looking for a crack pipe, that's going to be a far better story.
I
mean, listen, I think what you should do is you should
Everybody
3D
means.
print little crack pipes to go with your model, so they can so each one can have a little crack pipe hanging out of their mouth. It's perfect.
yeah. My printers are busy, unfortunately.
Like, you know that Space Marine Sergeant had the very iconic one where he's yelling, he has that big open mouth? You could put a crack pipe in there.
Sure.
Let's just do
maybe he doesn't-
Henry Cavill with a crack pipe.
There we go. I'm sure he'll lend his image for that. He'd be
I
all-
mean,
That's the-
I've already
that's
got
the
a
quote
scan
of
of
the
his head at 40K size.
What do you-
Somebody did that already.
what kind of stalker-esque fucking
mean-
situation is that? I got a scan of Henry Cavill's head. Whoa.
Hey,
I mean, it doesn't even have to be a crack pipe. It could be like a blunt.
You're fucking boy.
It could be a regular tobacco pipe. You could have him like gritting his teeth as he's pulling the tourniquet so he can do IV drugs. So he can be doing the heroin.
The heroin?
you
I mean,
What are you, fucking 80?
not heroin.
no, hold on. You know a lot about this.
You kids doing the heroin again?
Doing the heroin.
So, while this is entertaining,
Uh,
I'm gonna have to drop out a voice to go work on some stuff, but I'll be in chat.
What?
He's going to go do the heroin.
I'm going to be using power tools, and you don't want power tools in your stream audio, I'm pretty sure.
What, like a dildo?
He's gonna be doing.
Yes, I'm going to be using a dildo to make my display board.
Fucking A, man.
Chris,
Fucking A.
it's the drill dough, not a dildo. It's the drill dough.
Oh. Well, I get him
My
confused.
dad's
how the
army
power
is in a
tools
dildo
is.
case. Does that count?
A drill dough.
See, personally, I don't like the dildos on the drill. I want like the Sawzall dildo.
Like a jigsaw?
I'll be back in a few.
No. You know, like the Sawzall. They make a dildo that you can put on the end of your Sawzall.
This is news to me.
Fucking barfing's on the internet right now.
You know,
Son of a bitch, they do.
I almost did it, but
I could see him now. He's like, ooh, it comes in purple.
Can't. This will go nice with
how
the
the
drapes.
fuck did you know that? Have I said that before? My favorite color is purple. That's not a joke.
So you want some purple rain on the end of your sawzall?
Yeah.
Also, Chris, just to let you know,
No, please keep me in
I've
the
already
dark.
been roasted. I've already been roasted for being a redneck today. As soon as I walked into my friend's Dollar Tree, he looks across the counter to the other guy working there and goes, "Brian, do you know how to spell redneck?" And he goes, "No, how do you spell redneck?" And he goes, "M-A-T-T," and I'm like, Thanks.
He's not wrong.
Thanks. I mean,
No, say what you
he's
mean.
not.
Do you drive a Ford Ranger by chance?
No, I drive Chevys. I drive Chevys.
Thermicus.
Which
What the hell
makes
did I
me-
walk into? Howdy, everyone. Howdy.
See, what you walked into was fucking confusing.
Yeah, I've been standing at this bus stop for a while and I'm still confused.
My foreign brain can hardly keep up.
It's just too much North
Were you
American
standing at-
shit talking to go on.
Were you standing at Gim's bus stop?
No.
Is Gim's bus like New Jersey? No one should have to go to it.
I don't know. Oh, shit. Oh, I fucked this up. My transfer came off. Get out there. There we go. Saved it. Alright. We're slapping transfers on. Not sure what we're doing now.
Alright, at home again.
Jesus.
Oh, hey, Towley.
I thought that was Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo, who made that sound. Yeah.
Oh, they sound fucking
It's
same
really
to
the
me,
same voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mr. Hanky is always hi there ho. Cowley's just always high off his ass.
I never understood. Is there a gag as to why he's a towel?
Wasn't he originally like a comrade or something?
No, he was a towel that they met at like summer camp, I think.
Oh.
Or is it the public pool?
So it was
I don't remember.
Excuse me. Beep, 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 beep. You know those little paper choppers you used to have in school?
Guillotines?
Which one?
The finger removers?
Yeah. Do they have a miniature version of that for like, you know, chop?
Yeah,
chop?
they do.
Oh,
They sell them in like all sorts of sizes. You can get one that's like 6 inches by 6 inches.
6 inches.
You can go get them at like
Would a place like Micro Market
You get-
have them?
Micro Center may have them. Micro Market, Joann's Fabrics may carry them. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, other brands are available.
Yeah.
Essentially, like anything that does a lot with fabrics or like paper crafts would have them. You could probably also just pay the Bezos to ship one to you.
Pay the Bezos.
He can throw it into one of like his wiener trucks and just next day it to you.
Wiener trucks.
Now, what's a wiener truck and where do I get one?
So Nicole, my buddy Josh's girlfriend, she explained to me that the Amazon logo looks like a penis, and now that's all I can see from now on. I'm like, yeah, okay.
That's fair enough.
She's like, it looks phallic, and I'm like, you know what? You have ruined the happy arrow for me. Now that's all I can see.
I mean, at the end of the day, everything looks fine.
True. Everything does look like penis.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
This just reminds me of the conversation of when someone looked at me and said, Matt,
Penis.
if you really think about it,
Penis.
ancient ships like the ancient galleys,
Penis.
it's all phallic in nature.
Penis.
They're just these long, sharp things just ramming into each other.
Penis.
Okay, Chris.
Yeah, penis.
Are we playing the penis game?
Penis.
I am hands deep in joint compound, and you're making me laugh. This is not a good idea.
And penis.
Hands deep.
Chris,
Hands deep in penis.
Chris, next time you come to Adepticon
Cat
and
come.
we have a big game. Well, we have a big game.
No, next
We'll
time
play the
Matt-
penis
next
game
time
at
he
the
comes
table.
to-
Oh, don't worry. We'll have a big game, Matt.
Matt, we already confirmed that next time becomes our Adepticon. It's WrestleMania.
That's right. Ooh, match. 2 whole minutes. You and me. Yeah.
So, Boop, I have a question, though. Out of, like, the old school wrestlers,
Oi.
what is Chris?
Let me go. Let him go. Lamb go. Lamb go.
You mean like the best voice he can do?
No, like,
Clearly the block.
who would he
So
be?
he can't do that.
Because
Brother.
I feel Chris Chris would be like the Iron Sheik.
Whoa.
I mean, if we're going purely off the mustache, but if we were to go anywhere else, maybe. Let me think on that for like a couple minutes. There's 20. Well, because there's a lot.
Oh, there's a lot.
I mean, personally, I want to be Macho Man, but
It's not
I'm
who you
probably
wanna
not
be,
Macho
it's the
Man.
energy you give off.
See, I feel I'm gonna get screwed in this competition.
Penis.
I'm gonna be like the rest. I'm gonna be like the wrestler Bob. I don't get any theme music. Just
Penis.
when you come back from commercial,
Penis.
I'm already standing in the ring,
Penis.
and they're like, now facing
Penis.
Hulk Hogan is Bob.
Yeah. Matt.
What?
Penis.
Penis. Penis.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Penis.
Penis.
See? We're on the same page now. Now we can have an actual dialogue.
What about Beppis? How do you feel about Beppis?
Beppis?
Beppis.
Penis.
Penis. I mean, you know, I never got much complaint from your mom, so, you know. I guess we're okay with it, right?
It's like I said before, I've just learned to accept the shittiness.
Well, penis. Oh shit, I didn't put my Walters on. Damn it. Lamgoo, hello brother. Opinions on Drukhari. My opinions on Drukhari? Drukhari are good. Drukhari are good. Opinions?
No, Chris.
No, Matt.
Chris, you already
Matt.
fucked up.
No, Matt. Penis.
The correct answer is Drukhari are penis.
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 Everything is penis.
Space Marines, penis. Drukhari, penis.
Yeah.
Tyranids, asshole.
You know what?
Dude, you came from a penis.
Here's my
Everything is
answer.
penis.
Here's my answer on what WWF wrestler Chris could probably be. Chris, can you give me a woo?
Woo.
Come on.
Or do you want more enthusiasm?
More enthusiasm.
Woo!
A little.
I think what he was looking for was, woo!
No, I don't got that much enthusiasm.
Well, I don't know. You were being very enthusiastic earlier, yelling penis. So.
I wasn't yelling penis. I was saying penis.
Oh, saying. Whatever.
It's not like I was yelling
He
it
was
from
saying-
the
I
rooftops.
have you on max volume, so it's.
Oh, well then yeah, it
He
is
was
yelling.
saying. He was saying very forcefully,
Penis.
penis.
Yeah, penis.
He was saying it with
Well,
authority.
Actually, you know what?
Penis.
I'm gonna change Sergeant Slaughter. There we go. We can get you a little campaign hat, Chris.
There we go.
And boots.
Boots. Yep. Sergeant. I don't remember how Sergeant Slaughter talked, other than like a drill sergeant, of course. But
Well, every time you like yell at Matt for something.
I'll have to work.
Imagine that. It's
Yeah.
like that the whole time.
I'll have to work on a Sergeant Slaughter voice.
Can you give me your best Macho Man?
Don't hurt yourself.
Penis.
Penis. Come on, man. You guys are fucking me up here. Jeez.
Promised myself I wouldn't, but here I am.
Penis.
Penis.
Exactly.
I wasn't gonna
Listen to
delve
your
to
fucking-
the childhood behavior.
So we're talking about the WWF. I've been solely working on an Iron Sheik Space Marine. Because I think I posted this in the server before, that I think the Iron Sheik is one of the two missing Primarchs. And the reason he is missing is because he is on a quest to make the galaxy humble.
He could be.
Because, you know, his signature line is, I break your back, I make you humble.
Is it? Man,
It's one of his, like, signature lines, yeah.
a lot of the wrestling stuff from way back in the day, I don't really remember. I mean, other than like, cause like I used to watch wrestling when I was younger, before I hit the teens and everything like that, and I mean it was Hulk Hogan, it was the Macho Man.
The only reason I remember that's his signature line, or one of them, is because I follow the Iron Sheik on Twitter. Fucking hilarious. Every day he's like, Hulk Hogan, you son of a bitch. And he only ever types in all caps, and it's great.
I think his pinned tweet is something like, "Listen up, you motherfuckers. Say something good to another fucker in your life."
That's just good
I mean,
advice.
the man is a legend.
That's just good advice.
In real life, he is apparently a very nice man. It's just like his character that he keeps playing.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Even though he's been retired for like 30 years. Fucking hilarious.
I mean, it's great. What's another one? Oh, it's like Hulk Hogan jabroni suck horsecock, I think is another one.
All
that's,
right.
that's pretty specific.
Well, because when he was playing his character never liked Hulk Hogan.
Well, who does?
Not the state of Florida.
Looking back on it, I don't think there was a single time where you can like look back and go, yeah, this character liked Hulk Hogan's character the whole way through. Because even Macho Man hated Hulk Hogan's character at the end of the.
Yeah, I stopped watching wrestling when about Ultimate Warrior came into the scene.
When a boat ran over the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, like I watched George the Animal and Macho Man wrestle one time. We had tickets for it way back in the day, and yeah, I got to see George the Animal and Macho Man.
I like watching it for the theatrics. That's about it.
Well, that's all it is.
Oh yeah. That's
like saying I like going to the ballet for the dancing. Well, that's all it is.
Yeah, but that's the only reason I watch it. If it was like actual real, Olympic style wrestling, or just like no, because I watch like actual like box stuff. But if it was like actual wrestling, like Olympic style, I wouldn't watch because I'd find it incredibly boring.
I mean,
but
I watch wrestling.
Matt.
I mean,
Matt. Matthew.
Yes, Chris.
Why? This is a bit of a personal question. Why does every sentence begin with "I mean"?
Colloquial metaphor. Compulsive OCD. I don't know.
Sociolect.
I'm not like picking on you, Matt. I'm just wondering, like this kind of idiom of I mean every like at the beginning of every sentence, and I know it's Matt. I could be blindfolded, not looking at everybody's names. I can tell. I can tell that it was Matt talking.
I guess I have like the Tim Pool syndrome of where there's like 12 phrases that we always use.
Well, I would say Matt's tone of voice is also fairly unique in the server.
Unique in the server? Sure. Overall, no, he sounds like somebody from Chicago.
I sound like what?
You sound like somebody from Chicago.
From Chicago? I've been called painfully Midwestern before.
Oh, it's painful.
Listen, I understand that you're jealous, that you left the Midwest, you left the best place on earth.
In the Chris Matt power dynamic, who is the heel and who is the star?
What? I don't understand the question.
Okay. Oh, the heel was like I guess like a term for like the bad guy.
Oh.
The star, like the stars, because the star isn't always like a good guy, but like the main character, antagonist, but specific to the one character.
I'm the villain.
You're the villain?
Yeah. You know why I'm the villain?
So.
Because you have a red lightsaber.
No, because in movies, the villains always get the best lines.
Like penis.
Like penis, exactly, right? A villain can pull off a proper penis joke, whereas heroes don't. Heroes have to be all uptight and, oh no, you can't say that, and blah, 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 that's not proper. That's boring. Being a villain's way
Unless
more
the movie
fun.
is Pink Flamingos.
Is that a porn?
Sounds like it.
No.
Then I'm not interested.
It's...
Matt, you make it too easy, man. You make it too easy.
One because she's like, you hold my phone for a minute? No, it's yes.
let those be. Cosmic, your mic is on.
Yeah, no, I just got it.
I can hear people talking.
The voices.
Do you hear the voices too? Just to bring it back to Dawn of War.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, see how it... Isn't that why you guys hang out with me? It's because, like, fucking impressive.
Oh, I am genuinely impressed. I fucking forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to these Shroudrunner bikes soon enough. Holy shit. Oh, let's start working on some... What time is it? Oh, we got 10 minutes left of the show. Jeez Louise. Yeah, we can still get started on these guys. We're going to pretty much go about them the same way we did the Boomers. And the Bombers, you may or may not have noticed that I've gone through great lengths to make them look like my 40K versions. Where's my 40K version? There it is. Hold on. Now, I'm not going to put all the transfers on the damn thing because I don't think they make transfers this size, but yeah. So there we go. I think it's kind of cool. Ooh. Can we do a forced perspective thing here? Where I make it look like this is the same... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, fuck, I'm going to drop it. I shouldn't be farting around with it when seeing as how I got the decals set on there, but... Let's take it out of its flight stand here. Hold on. I'm trying something here. I'm trying to get artsy and fartsy and martsy. That's not even a word.
Well, two of those things.
All right, so there we go. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's make them look the same. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Oh damn! I wish I had a camera that focused on both of those. But there we go. Look pretty damn close, don't they? For everybody watching on the screens. Yeah. Pretty darn cool. I still need to pick myself up a vampire. Like the Aeronautica one, not 40K. I already have a 40K one. Have I brought the Vampire to Adepticon? I have not, have I?
No, you were highly concerned about it breaking.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I was going to bring a bunch of like flyers and shit. And then I decided, no, I'll just bring the Titan. That's right.
Because if I remember correctly, you just strapped the Titan into a baby carrier, right?
Yeah, it just strapped it on. In. Penis.
Dude, I'm edge highlighting. I'm edging over here.
I'm fucking edging, man. Don't make me laugh. Gonna break concentration. Make me come too fast. Anyway, Kim.
What was the thing about Dawn of War?
The what?
Oh, what was the thing about Dawn of War?
It's a game that exists.
I don't know what we were talking about.
What?
I don't
just
remember.
did a callback to it 10 minutes ago.
Listen, this is the modern world. It's 2022. Things move fucking fast.
Fucking fast?
Fucking fast.
Fucking fast. Fucking
Oh,
A,
yeah.
Cotton. Fucking
Gotta listen to the wants and needs, man.
Kim, I've only got 3 of the bikes to finish painting, then I'm done all the Eldar in the Eldritch Omens box. Cool. I still have my snipers to do. I don't have the new Autark assembled yet, although I have the other Autark, the older one with the new weapons. He's missing his wings right now because I took them off. But yeah. Now, unfortunately, this configuration of the Autark, you can't take. I mean, because I don't have the wings on here. We'll put the wings on just for... Oh, and his head falls. Nice. It was deliberate. It was deliberate. But
We
yeah,
are breaking the
Taking that
conditioning.
yeah. But you can't take this configuration of the Autarch with the
What
wing.
blocks it out? Like, can't have the wings and the heavy weapon.
Yeah, you can't have the wings and the missile launcher, even though he's on the cover sporting this configuration, the glaive and the missile launcher with the wings and the Manda blaster.
GW about that.
You know what? I should go full Karen on them, right?
Do it.
Do it.
This is your villain arc.
True.
After WrestleMania, that's on 2023.
I know, and oh man, I'm
Look,
missing
I
out.
will-
I'm missing out on
I will
Adepticon this year,
bring-
and it's annoying.
2023, I will bring fully painted Rumble Slam for you and Matt to play with. To have your little wrestle me.
Oh, fucking Matt and I will rumble slam anyway.
Really?
Damn.
Right, Matt? Matt?
Listen,
Matt?
so
Matt,
long as it's
wait,
like
hold-
WWE wrestling, because I do not want to see Chris in the singlet. Don't want to fucking see that.
Because that's what
I've-
half the people.
There are
No.
there are pictures of me in my singlet from my high school days.
You still have it?
No,
It's just all stretched out.
no, from high school. I wasn't a big fatso in high school.
No, he was saying, "Do you still have it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's all stretched out."
The singlet? No. But Matt,
Yes.
we will slam and rumble.
Penis?
No,
You
you
guys
fucking
land
perv.
penis now?
Fuck, Matt? Is that all you think about? Is fucking cock? Like, what the hell?
Chris,
Calm
quick
down.
question.
Calm down.
What was your weight class in high school for wrestling?
I was. What was I wrestling under? I was around the 180 mark. Because I was over a 90, I think, 190 in pounds, and I had to cut weight because I was trying to make, I think, the 185 mark or something like that, and so I practically killed myself trying to drop a few pounds. But yeah.
High school, the wrestling, wearing like legitimately just wearing trash bags to try and sweat like 2 or 3 pounds if needed to make weight.
Yeah. We used to do that all the time. Just fucking tape up a garbage bag, just cut some arms for your cuts holes for your arms and your head, and yeah, and it was the last time I was doing it that I recall. I've done it a few times. Don't recommend it. Just you feel shitty after. It was just before early winter, so it was just starting to snow, but it was cold. But like there was not a lot of snow on the ground or anything like that. Yeah, and fucking I was running around the goddamn where we were meeting, and I don't know how many laps I did, but yeah, it was awful. And I think we won collectively, or no, I think we lost that one because there was myself and another guy where we were a little too high, and so we were out there together, fucking running around. It was annoying. But anyway, yeah, I used to wrestle way back in the day. When real men wrestled with each other, grabbing and jostling and lifting and caressing aggressively. Man on man type of action. Like real men.
Personally, I never liked freestyle wrestling. I like the Greco-Roman more
Yeah, that's what
because
most of it
freestyle
is.
is. Well, could you grab below the waist though?
Sure, because you grab their legs and put them to the floor.
Because freestyle you can grab legs. In Greco-Roman, you can't grab them below the waist. So
Well, how are you supposed to take them down?
it's more of you grab them and you throw them.
You can throw at your back doing that.
But no, that's what Greco-Roman is. You grab them at the waist and you hurl your opponent across the mat.
The map. It's not fucking. It's not a first fucking person shooter here. Matt,
What?
we're gonna do it, right?
What, WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he leave? Oh no, it's Cosmic.
No,
I thought
didn't.
Matt left.
No.
I'll bring. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
I
getting
mean, fuck it. Let's dress up. Let's live stream it.
Let's dress up and live stream.
Yeah.
it? What, the wrestling? Sure, we could do that.
Yeah, I want to see. I'll even pay money.
and then I'll play Rumble somebody.
Oh, here's a bit of news for you guys that I'm sure nobody gives a shit about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Buddy's got his hot tub going. So
Hot upstream.
yeah, so hot tubbing is now possible. So, like I said before, careful what you wish for.
Look, okay, so you could combine hot tubbing, mini painting. Okay.
Okay.
And then you have hit the niche market nobody's touched yet.
Yeah, do it.
That's free real estate. Mini painting while in the hot tub, it's free real estate.
Yeah, it's virgin territory. I hear you. Some could say that miniature painting and wargaming is virgin territory. I know it's a slight diss to the community, but anyway.
I think that this is. I think that this is fair to a lot of them.
Is it fair?
Actually, Chris, where's the line?
I get. Chris, actually, I want you to know, everyone who plays Warhammer is a Chad. They're banging everyone.
Like orgies? Because
Where are we at band camp?
yeah, what are we at band camp? Fuck, everybody's just plugging each other. Jeez Louise.
This one time at Adepticon,
We just rented out. They rented out like the show director's office.
Some conventions have that notorious scene. I can almost guarantee you Adepticon is not one of those conventions.
Although,
Like, there's legitimately people in the gaming and painting halls filled to the brim to like 3 in the fucking. Nobody at Adepticon is running out to some fucking orgies. I can tell you that.
but
Well,
maybe
you know what? If they can't run out to the orgies, why don't we bring the orgy to them?
so. What you're a
you build it and they will come.
See, look, that requires some form of social interaction.
No, I think what Matt is proposing is a mobile orgy platform. Right? Is that
Now available on mobile.
yeah, exactly, right? It's you know what? You don't have time to go to the orgy. The orgy will come to you.
So you're just gonna buy one of those like little like buses or those smaller RVs, put plush furniture in there,
No.
and heart-shaped couch, some like cheesy '80s like slow jazz, and you're just gonna drive around to all these conventions and just like charge like a flat rate.
Listen, it's $30 and you can ride all day.
Hoof.
Are you gonna have them clean up their mess though?
Of course. It's like a gym.
It's a convention.
You got to wipe down
It's
your
a
equipment.
convention. Nobody.
You're gonna have
Listen.
those like wet nap things there.
If we bring that,
And a refreshment bar.
if we bring, no, you have to pay for the refreshment bar. I'm not made of money. Listen, it's fucking Adepticon. Nobody cleans up after themselves as it is. But the good news is there's like a cleaning company down the street, so I can just call them. Subject those poor, nice Polish women to cleaning up that mess.
See, as a financial advisor, totally not lying. You run into the problem that even if people at Adepticon would do this, you are assuming that one of them isn't super stinky that shows up and then just knocks everybody out on the bus with their smell.
That's why you include a free shower. Free mandatory shower.
Okay, we're wrapping it up. Matt, final words.
Take care of your brushes, they'll take care of you. We'll see you at Adepticon. And remember to always steal Chris's line.
There we go. Sheep, go.
It's too much, man.
Okay. Boop, go.
Don't put me on the spot.
Adepticon 2023 WrestleMania. Chris versus Matt for the title belt. And that's the bottom line. Why? Because Stone Cold says so.
Now, is that
possible orgy?
Yeah, is that between orgies or is that the main event?
That's the main event.
Oh, okay.
It's hosted at the orgy bus.
Oh, okay. And Kim says, remember, there is no play for Mr. Gray, so paint your fucking models, and for fuck's sake, become a Patreon and help out Chris and build this awesome community. Yeah, I don't know about that. Unless, of course, maybe we start... maybe if we start offering, like, vouchers or something for the Adepticon orgy, maybe then we'll get some, you know...
I'll make the website.
Yeah, just make up the website for the Adepticon orgy. You know, we'll get one of the big conference rooms. Oof.